Girls Act Good presents Ladies of the Bay, a story inspired by real people. Previously on Ladies of the Bay, the girls shared all sorts of saucy stories from their past hookups. You know, I can't believe none of them ever pashed another's boyfriend. Or did they? Oh, it's going to be one of those hot nights. I can hear the plastic strips over my caravan door strumming against the caravan steel like a drum. I've been absent-mindedly melting ice from the esky onto my thighs in an attempt to cool off. Night has arrived and, although the sky has gone dark, there is a red haze coming from across the horizon.
Everything okay, Fee?
It's just Joj. She's gone with Mark from basketball. Do you know him?
That'd be Felicity Williams' kid. He's nice.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Oh, yeah, they're a good family. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'll just pick them up afterwards. I like to know who she's hanging out with, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel a lot better if I know the parents of the kids Hugo's hanging out with. I mean, it was the same when we were growing up. If I was going to a friend's house, Mum would always want to know who the parents were, and if she knew them, then I could go.
If she knew them and liked them, if she thought the parents were dickheads, we couldn't go at all.
Exactly.
Why'd she let you hang out with me then?
Who wants a top up?
Oh, yes, please.
I'm right, thanks.
Do you need some more apple drink there, Naomi?
Yep. What about you, Nat? Who was your first kiss?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. It was Tom from next door.
Tom Morrison.
Speedo boy, you mean?
He really didn't leave much to the imagination with those budgie smugglers, did he?
It was harder for me growing up. I didn't have boobs like you. You were older, taller, prettier. Your hair was blonder.
Hey, that was the sun in.
Oh, and the lemon juice.
The holidays were ending and I was nearly 17. I didn't want to go back to school and be the only one who hadn't been kissed.
So Tom was the lucky fella.
I didn't always have boobs. One day they just appeared. The boys noticed before I did.
Oh, and the hair. It just sprouted everywhere.
Remember Nat and Trace, you guys had those matching bathers that one
Oh,
summer?
when we were super young and used to go to the river?
I remember Mum taking us to a dressmaker to get bathers made. I think because we couldn't find ones that we liked, or they were probably just what Mum deemed too risque in the high-cut department.
The bathers were handmade by this lady who made, like, dancing costumes and dresses or something.
It could have been a money thing. Bathers were expensive and we swam a lot, so we needed like 3 or 4 pairs. I remember mine were navy and they were a one-piece, but the middle was like fluoro yellow so that when it got wet, it kind of looked like a bikini, and then you just copied me.
No, Mum just got us the same. I wanted pink.
Mum started making our clothes for a good while after that, actually, didn't she?
Oh, what about when she made us those tracksuits all in the different colours?
Oh, no. We had the same colour, but with a different logo.
We were dressed, both of us, in the same tracksuits, same colour, just with a different logo.
We were in green. There's a photo where we're in green, these terry-tailing tracksuit. Everything was homemade. And Mum would say, I remember her saying, now pick a logo.
Pick a logo, yes, me too. And I used to be like, I'll have the Mickey Mouse one.
I had tennis rackets because I was really sporty as a kid.
Oh, and we had our hair the same too.
God, Mum had us looking the same, dressing the same, playing together. It's no wonder we got our periods on the same day.
Jiggers, you mean?
What?
Jiggers. Remember we used to call them jiggers.
Yeah, I remember the code word, but you got them on the same day?
We are only a year and a half apart. Trace was a late bloomer in that department and I was early.
I hated having my jiggers during summer, but I wasn't going to miss out on the summer fun just because of that. I learned how to use a tampon quick smart. I mean, I was self-conscious in a bathing suit, especially when I had my jiggers, but I never let it stop me.
The first time I had to swim with my period, it was traumatic. I didn't know how to use a tampon. God, my mother and I were both scarred for life.
Oh my God, I was terrified of tampons. I remember older cousins always trying to show me how to do it in the cubicles at the pool. Oh, they even got the Vaso out and everything. Poor Jodie got hers this year. She cried, the poor thing. I just wish she would listen to me sometimes. Now that we're older and we know that no one is actually looking at us, no matter how uncomfortable we feel.
Oh, no, it's so stupid. I only wore bikinis twice in my life. I wasted my best years of my life where I could have worn a bikini not wearing a bikini.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really about feeling liberated and being comfortable in your own self, you know? It's about being confident, you know?
That's what I tell Jodie. Own that shit. Jeez, Trace, where'd you get these chairs? They're pretty special.
Oh, real special. Have you tried the armrest? Zip it. Have a look.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean. You could fit about 4 UDLs in there.
I know. We picked them up 2 for 1. 2 for 1 at Kmart.
Ooh.
We were always outside. We weren't allowed to just sit inside and watch TV.
Oh, you had that awesome slip and slide that one year. I remember because it was a big step up from the baby pool we used to lay in.
Oh, and the sprinkler under the tramp. God, I love that.
Yeah, it was all fun and games until you broke the clothesline swinging on it while going through the sprinkler.
Oh, I did not break it.
That was fun.
Yes, you did. Ugh, we got grounded for 2 weeks for that.
Oh, we had horses for a bit too, remember? God, they were a big part of growing up, but I hated them. Trace, you loved the horses, and she was brilliant, of course. She had a beautiful horse.
I was brilliant at it.
No, but you had a beautiful horse that was really good, and I had this big, fat, grey piece of shit horse.
It farted every time it cantered.
It either walked or it bolted. I was scared of it.
And it was that fat, and your legs were like these fat little sausages stuck out either side with, you know, your fat little body just bobbing up and down on this big fat horse. I mean, because you were just really chubby when you were little.
No, I wasn't.
We called you Fat Nat.
Yes, but that's because it rhymed, not because I was actually fat.
You were so chubby, Natalie.
You're an asshole. I was not.
Yeah, you were too.
No, I so wasn't. I look back at photos of me and I was fine.
Come on, you had more rolls than Baker's Delight on a Saturday morning before netball.
God, this is just like growing up all over again.
Oh, come on, don't be silly. I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, like the time you dacked me in front of everyone on the school bus and when you stole all my clothes.
Hey, we were trying to liberate you. You were like a bookworm and you needed to just come out of your shell.
What about the time when you jumped on me at the big hole and I almost drowned, huh?
Hey, now you're just talking shit.
No, I'm not, Tracy. You were supposed to be looking after me. But you couldn't just stay at home like Mum had said. No, all of you all had to go out chasing boys, and that meant I had to come too. God, Tracy, you always remember me as the tag-along, but most of the time I didn't even get a choice. So we went to the big hole. Yep, you made me ride my bike and carry the big rubber ring the whole way out there, and then when we got there, you just left me. And you took the rubber ring. You went off swimming with the boys for hours, and when I did swim over to you, Tracy, you jumped on me with the rubber ring and I couldn't get up. I was stuck underneath. You were all laughing at me. I almost fucking drowned, Tracy.
To be fair, you did go off and leave her and pass Charlie every moment you could.
Oh, fuck off. What about you? You were off with Michael or Shane or whoever the flavour of the month was?
Yeah, but she wasn't my sister or my responsibility.
Hey, come on, let's not worry about it.
No, fuck that. We liked having Nat with us.
You did.
Yeah, she was all right. But that was because we saw her as a friend, not the annoying little sister. You treated her like that, so you're the one that didn't take the responsibility.
You're one to talk.
What are you on about?
Oh, nothing.
No, come on, out with it. If you've got something you want to get off your chest, Trace, let's hear it.
Lee.
What about him?
Well, you were with him.
What? When?
That summer, when I first met him.
What are you talking about?
I met him on the Bay bus that night, after Karina's 18th and when Bernie broke the jukebox at the Kelley. Well, we started hooking up. Most weekends, in fact. And then one weekend, you were wasted. It was that night when we went to the Grand and we only paid $25 for all you can drink. Come on, you remember that, Naomi?
Oh, yeah. No, that was a good night.
Well, that night you were so wasted and I saw you.
What did you see, Trace? What did you see so many years ago that you're still pissed about?
What did Tracy see? What? Was it a cat being hit by a car? Someone running along the beach with nothing but a shag-trimmed brown and orange beach umbrella? Come on, tell us. What did she see? You're going to have to join us on the next episode to find out. This podcast was made possible by the support from Deans Marsh Community Cottage, Camperdown Community House and La Mama Theatre. Girls Act Good is an all-female collective of actors, writers, directors, producers, theatre makers and filmmakers based here in Melbourne. Jump onto Girls Act Good website, all the W's, girlsactgood.com. Subscribe to our monthly gag goss and stay up to date with all things gag. You can also find us on all the socials. Ladies of the Bay was written and creatively developed by Jennifer Monk in association with Girls Act Good in 2019. Concept by Jennifer Monk, story by Jennifer Monk, Lisa Dallinger and Constance Washington. Reworkshopped in 2020 with Lee McClenaghan, Kelley, Kerr, Young, Lisa Dallinger and Jennifer Monk. Performed by Lisa Dallinger, Kelley, Kerr, Young, Lee McClenaghan and Jennifer Monk. Introduction by Constance Washington.